seen so many people doing those ultimate book videos where they go to the bookstore, they buy some books, they read some books, they do some book journaling, and I kind of wanted to add mine into the mix because honestly it just sounds fun. I also want to redo my bookshelf, give it a little clean because it's definitely been a while. Dad, look at this.
Look at your boy.
Oh, hello.
I was talking to the camera and then I hear
He's a busy boy today.
Except he still hasn't caught his mouse.
Oh, what's bugging him?
Anyway, as I was gonna say, I'm gonna get my bag together, bring my Kindles, some notebooks, some pens, and we're just gonna have a fun day. Let's get into it. What do you know? A bag of bags. When in doubt, free people tote. I'm seeing way too many things that I want to buy.
It's all good.
True. I've read the whole series.
I haven't read any of her other stuff.
Definitely read Throne of Glass after.
Yeah,
It's, yeah. It's life-changing. Oh yeah. Yeah, those are amazing books.
Yeah.
So that was actually the first time I have just like gone to the bookstore and just sat and read in that communal space, and it was so nice. And I just started talking to this one woman that was sitting there as well because she was reading ACOTAR and like she audibly gasped, so of course I was like, what part are you at? And it was so nice, and we were just talking about our favorite books, and I journaled, I read. That was actually really nice. I definitely want to do that more often. But also what I got Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies because I've heard that this is just like a very cozy fantasy read, and I feel like that is perfect for this time of year. And I also just think like the cover is so pretty. I also really love the hardcover copy of this book, but they didn't have it at my store. But anyway, I'm very excited to read this. I also made just a little bit of an impulse purchase because it was so pretty. I'm a sucker for anything stationery, and especially if it's pink. Like, what do you expect me to do? But I did get this little bag because I think this would be perfect to put makeup in when I go on my trip, which is coming up so soon. I'm gonna head home now, and I'm gonna probably make a little drink, and then we can get started on cleaning and reorganizing my bookshelf. Let's go home.
Just a baby.
So next thing on the agenda is my bookshelf, which honestly, it looks really good right now, and I do like it like this, but I kind of just want to play around with it because I don't love how my Sarah J Maas books are separate from each other. I also recently got the special edition of Fourth Wing with the dragons on the side, so I kind of want to figure out a cool way to display this that's not just like shoved in there with everything else. I do really like a like mix-matched kind of shelf where some of the books are front and some of the books are back, and it just kind of looks kind of chaotic in an organized way. I think I'm going to pull everything off the shelf and give it a good wipe down because it's a little dusty. Naturally, I'm going to use this as an opportunity to take a lot of book photos. Oh my gosh, I just had such a panic that I wasn't recording. The amount of times that happens in every single video, like it's bad. So yeah, if anything in my videos ever feels a little bit random or just like thrown in there, it's probably because I filmed a clip before explaining what I was doing, but I wasn't recording, and then I realized only in editing. But you do what you can. Got it. I think fantasy and romance need like their own devoted shelves. I think I'm gonna do romance here and then fantasy up here. I might try doing some angled. I don't know if I have enough space for this, but I do kind of like when books are displayed like that. I think I'm gonna have like a little just like general fiction section. Okay, I kind of like this. I might play around with it a little bit once I get everything else on. So already I am obsessed with this. I think it's coming together perfectly. This is exactly what I meant by organized chaos, because it's still all of my romance and all of my nonfiction. So I know where everything is, but it looks really messy and yeah, artsy. Like the books were just thrown in there and I just really like it. I'm gonna put my basket here and then see how much fantasy I can fit. Yeah, see, the Sarah J Maas books are just so big. I don't know where to put them. I think I'll put all Sarah J Maas up there, and then just any other fantasy that I have can go here. I say that as literally all of the remaining fantasy books are Sarah J Maas. This looks like shit, doesn't it? Who is gonna tell me? So I definitely want my plants in this configuration. I just think it looks really good. I love how this one trails down, but it's like a little baby plant. I love it. I do actually kind of want to add a couple more little like knick-knack type things onto my shelf too. And see what it's looking like. I seriously think this is the best my bookshelf has ever looked. It's kind of the style that either you love it or you hate it, but to me, this is like perfection. I was honestly a little bit unsure how much I was really gonna change from how it was before, but I kind of just ran with it and it turned out amazing. So basically, the situation is at the end of the week, I am first going on a plane to Seattle, and then I'm gonna take a plane to Hawaii. As much as I am planning on doing a little bit of editing, I really want to use that time to read as well. Just feel like I've fallen out of my reading routine, and that's something that I want to get back into, and there's literally no better place than a plane to do some reading. So I am of course bringing my Kindle. This is literally what it's made for. I'm so excited. So I want to go through my TBR that I have on my Notion and pick out what books I'm gonna download. I definitely want to get at least one fantasy and one romance, but I might get a second romance. So I have this 2024 TBR and reads page. I have all of the books that I've read so far this year on the side here. So I'm currently at 28 books. My goal at the beginning of the year was to read 60 books, which at this rate, I don't think that's gonna happen. But in my defense, I have been so much busier this year, but I will soon be adding the last Caraval book. I'll be adding Finale to that list soon, so I'll be at 29. But anyway, when we scroll down here, this is my book bucket list, so books that I want to read. Okay, that actually works out perfect. I wouldn't necessarily classify Magnolia Parks, like that universe, as a romance. It's more of a fiction series with kind of the idea of romance, at least from what I've read so far, but I do already have Magnolia Parks The Long Way Home on my Kindle. Also, if you have any book recommendations that I don't have on this list, definitely comment it down below because I would love to revamp this at some point. I also really do want to keep reading the Powerless trilogy, which I read in my last 24-hour reading challenge. Fun times. I have been thinking about that series a lot and I'm really curious to see where it goes because I feel like it's one of those series that you're just gonna grow to love more and more. Anyway, so book 1 is Powerless, obviously. Book 2, or like the novella, is Powerful. And then it's Reckless. I actually am just remembering now, I do want to look on Kindle Unlimited, so I'm gonna take a second, look on Kindle Unlimited and see if I wanna change my choices, because of course I'm indecisive now. Okay, so I changed my mind. I'm actually going to get Summer Romance by Annabelle Monaghan, because I've heard so many good things about this book. I know Haley liked it, I know Sarah liked it, I know Destiny liked it, I'm pretty sure. So like all of the book girlies that I watch, Rachel, Catherine liked it, so I'm gonna go with this one. There we are. So I have Summer Romance, Powerful. I have Magnolia Parks, The Long Way Home. So I'd say that is pretty good. I am definitely set for my flights and my layovers. Also, little update on the finale of Caraval, the actual book called Finale. I'm really enjoying it. I've unexpectedly really loved that series. I'd say my favorite is still Once Upon a Broken Heart, but I do really like the whole persona of Legendary and of Legend. It's very interesting following that plot line and how they of course don't know who he is and then they find out who he is, and now we're getting more information and just more character development, and it's very interesting. So I'm very excited to finish that sometime this week. In the perfect place. I am so happy I did this today. Just spending the entire day doing book things, doing lots of reading. I've made it through another like 20% of my book just today, which I haven't done in a while, so it felt really good. But also, look how beautiful the bookshelf looks. I also turned on these little fairy lights that I had up from last December, so it just looks so magical. I really hope you enjoyed hanging out with me today. I hope this inspires you to get back into reading, whether you are new to reading as a hobby or whether you have been doing it for your whole life. Pick up a book and do some reading because you're gonna feel so good after. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe while you're at it. Here's my Instagram as well if you'd like to see more content from me, and until next time, I will talk to you in my next video, which will be a very exciting one, the next two. Look forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, bye.